Welcome back to It's Not Even Welcome Back because no one's ever been here before. This is fucking stupid. Welcome to the All Luck, No Skill podcast. My name is Chuck, and today we have
Sim.
What's your last name?
Sing. Sing?
Oh,
Yeah.
S-I-N-G with the silent H at the
Silent
end?
H, yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
What's
Your first name is not Sim, like SIM card for a phone.
No, it's Simranjot.
Simranjot.
Mm-hmm. Sim is easier.
Gotcha. How are your motels doing?
They're doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was racist. I'm
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Did
There's
you
a
fart?
different no.
Oh.
There's a different last name, right? What's the last name that has all the motels?
Oh, the Patels.
The Patel.
I'm being racist.
It's so funny.
This is scary. This is all recorded, huh?
This is gonna be on the internet so that your children in the future can see what their dad was doing.
I can't wait till my mom sees this.
I love your mom,
and
I think she's going to love this.
Yeah, you know what she's gonna love? There's only one way to start.
Is that right?
Yeah, take yours. That one's yours.
This is just a fruit punch, right?
Yeah, it's fruit punch.
Buzz balls.
Yeah, I thought I would bring it up before we started recording. I was like, it'd be funny if I just bring it up while we're recording.
And I don't know if YouTube's gonna like any of this, but I'm sure this channel is not monetized, and I don't know how long it's gonna be before.
It's just a fruit punch bowl.
Yeah.
We all had one punch growing up.
That's true. Cheers.
Cheers. Not bad, right? Just like cranberry juice.
Yeah, not bad.
A little spicy, but
yeah, spicy.
yeah, spicy is.
That's a weird. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. It's spicy.
I don't know how people sip on that. Or these.
Can't sip that.
No,
Can't sip it.
No.
Well, before we get started, why don't you tell us what you brought with us? What you brought today? What you brought with us? God, I really need work. This is ridiculous.
It's okay. I'm specimen X.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Tell us what you brought today. I don't know if it's visible on the camera, but
is it? Can you guys see it? Comment below.
Comment below. Live comments. Yeah.
Nothing. It's just a 2012 STI. It just got wheels, coilovers, whatever necessary arms I need to
make the
alignment fit. Work. Yeah, make the wheels fit.
That's cool. I love the way when STIs when they have meaty fitment. Meaty tires, like stuffed under the stock fenders.
That's all I wanted. I just wanted a meaty fitment on this thing because I mean, like the stretch tire thing with the 240, it just comes
right.
Like that's just how you roll. But
you have to.
I've always loved that meaty fitment, just stuffed under stock quarters, stock panels.
Yeah, I'll give you something meaty that you can stuff somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know if YouTube will like that one.
What do you mean?
I'm just kidding.
Well, that's cool, man. This is your daily.
This is my daily.
Awesome.
Aside from that, it's just got a little lip kit on it.
Nice.
Gets me from A to B. It's got new head gaskets.
Where's your A, by the way? Where's your A?
My A?
Yeah.
What's my A?
Point A? You said you take it from A to B.
Point A is in Santa Clarita now.
Oh, okay. You're in Santa Clarita now.
Yeah.
Initially, you were in...
Northridge.
Gotcha. Where's B?
B is also in Santa Clarita. I work like a mile from my new apartment.
Where do you work?
Well, it's not HPD anymore.
What's HPD stand for?
Honda Performance Development. So we were
awesome.
We make we're in a handful of programs, but we do the big thing is LMDH and IndyCar. So IndyCar is open wheel racing, just like F1, just not as crazy. It's just
cool.
National, not international like F1.
And you guys are HPD USA. You guys are no longer HPD though.
Well, not HPD anymore. Did 30 years that way. Or the company was 30 years old, and then now we merged with HRC Japan, which is global Honda racing. They do F1 stuff.
Okay.
MotoGP, everything else, etc. But yeah, so now we just merged this year. So now we're HRC USA, and then there's HRC Japan.
Cool. And you guys provide the race engines for the Indy cars?
Yes.
In America only?
For now, yeah. There's I don't think I'm allowed to talk about a lot of stuff.
Okay,
honestly,
well,
so-
don't say
I probably
anything.
won't
Don't say
anything,
anything.
But yeah, we're still doing IndyCar and LMDH prototype cars. And,
Okay.
we're also in the, I guess it's called the touring car series. I'm gonna get made fun of if this actually gets any views because I don't know all the racing series. But
You have no faith in me? You think it's going to have 0 views?
it might have some though.
It's going to have 3. Me, you, and your mom.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But like the Civic Type R races in multiple series.
Okay.
The new NSX. We also support that program, and then we're also doing Baja. I think we have a truck that races with.
There's a Honda truck?
There's a Honda truck. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Just got a new livery. Everything got a new livery this year with the HRC logos.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But you're not a Honda person.
I'm not.
No.
I'm just a car person with an engineering degree.
That's
I was
cool.
Like,
Of course, you have an engineering degree.
yeah,
Yeah.
I had to do it.
Right.
You know, there was a gun to my head.
That's true. Right. Right. All Asian
But-
parents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is I could be making a lot more doing aerospace or something like that, but
Mhm.
I'm a goofball. I just like drifting in cars and
Cool.
things that go around.
You have a drift car.
I do have a drift car.
What do you have?
I have a 93 240SX coupe that I've had since 2014.
Is that your first car?
First car. Before that, I drove a giant van.
What van did you drive?
It was a work van, E150.
E150. That's the Ford Econoline.
Yes, exactly.
Had a 6-cylinder or an 8-cylinder?
Luckily, it was an 8. I would be
Okay.
a little ashamed if it was 6. to be
Little
honest,
baby. Had a baby V8 in it.
Yeah,
Cool.
slow as hell. But that was my first car. I grew up when
Was
I got
it-
my permit. I was delivering food in that, getting groceries for the restaurant. That
You used to work at a restaurant?
Yeah, my parents own one.
Oh, your parents own a restaurant.
Yes, they do.
What's the restaurant called?
Village Tandoor.
Oh, Village
Yeah,
Tandoor.
shameless plug. Just
Shameless plug. It's okay. Where's that at?
Devonshire and Reseda out here in Northridge, or not here,
Delicious.
but in Northridge.
Okay, I mean, you guys have a lunch buffet during the weekend.
Yeah,
So
You've
good.
tried it. You like it, right?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's great because you can try all the different things that you might not be able to if there wasn't a buffet.
Exactly. That's
People
why I say.
I think people are scared to try Indian food.
Yeah, it's that's why I was telling them, like, when someone finds out that we have a restaurant, they're like, "What do you get?" Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, just go to the buffet.
Yeah. Go
Try
to
the
buffet.
staples.
Yeah.
You know, like the staple
Delicious.
foods.
Yeah.
See what you like. Do you like Indian food? Do you not like Indian food?
Right.
You know.
But it's delicious. If anybody has
Yeah.
just a little bit of an open mind, oh man, it's so
Yeah.
good.
I-
So good.
Honestly, I kind of miss it. I've been away for a month now.
Yeah, a month at your own place.
Yeah.
You've been on Cup of Noodles.
Duh. I still have some dal in my fridge.
Yeah.
But I don't have any of the roti, like the tortilla to eat it with.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like, it's just
That's
sitting
funny. You
there.
compared roti with tortilla.
Well, it's the same thing. Well, I feel like more people know what tortilla is.
That's true.
Compared to roti.
That's true.
You know?
Shout out to my Hispanic audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not Hispanic?
I'm-
I'm sure they think I'm Hispanic.
I think other Indians think you're Hispanic. Like
Yeah.
we went to 7-Eleven earlier.
Yeah. You had no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until they see your cara. Cara?
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 Cara.
Let's show the audience what the cara is, just to educate them.
This is a cara. It's a metal bracelet.
And if you see an Indian person with that, that means they're most likely Sikh.
Yeah, they're Sikh, most likely. There's Hindus that wear it. I don't know that much, but regardless, Gada is symbolic of it was against the caste system
Mm-hmm.
where it doesn't matter if you're rich or you're poor, you wear Gada. Doesn't matter.
Just so you have that's where you belong to.
Yeah, it was against the whole status thing
Gotcha.
of where you are in the caste system. But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What were we talking about?
Yeah. Sorry, we went down a little,
We went on a
little
whole tangent.
subcategory right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it's okay. I don't remember what we were talking about. You're gonna have to
I'm an engineer. Yes. Oh, HRC.
HRC.
So now we're HRC.
Cool.
So now we work with Japan. But I mean, I work on a certain project myself. I work.
You test the motors.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I run a single cylinder Tesla, which simulates one cylinder out of the V6.
Yeah.
So we do our preliminary development
Yeah.
on my Tesla.
Okay.
And then the other cells are V6 cells. So it's like you got cells that are doing shippers.
Uh-huh.
Shippers are engines for companies.
Yeah.
You gotta run them, make sure they work, ship them out. There's development testing. We have another cell that does There's like a drivetrain
Okay.
that's attached to the dyno cell, so it simulates a little better
Cool.
in terms of real life running. Yeah. I think I'm allowed to say all that. I'm like going through my head right now. I'm like,
Yeah, just give us the basics. Yeah, so you basically...
if you just Google it and go on YouTube, I think they've already covered all this stuff. But
Cool. After you watch the rest of this podcast. Not on...
yeah, not right now. Don't do it right now. Stay here, please. It will get more interesting.
So
Wait
funny.
till I drink that second buzzball.
So your Instagram is Simagashi,
Yeah, that is my Instagram.
at Simagashi.
At
on Instagram.
SIMAGSI or SHI.
Okay, we'll put it here down below.
Yeah, somewhere
Right
right
here.
here. I probably fucked that up.
We'll see if you get any followers.
Yeah, I'm losing followers by the day.
Is that right? Because you're not posting.
I didn't
content.
really. I haven't posted since August.
Well, maybe you should post.
I have
something
nothing to
about-
post.
Well, so okay, so why'd you bring the 240?
I blew it up the first week of January last year.
It's been a year.
Yeah, it's been over a year now.
And what motor do you have in that?
It's a turbo KA.
Okay.
It was turbo for about 8 months, something
Okay.
like that.
And you swapped out a couple of engines.
Before that, yeah, I was NAKA, NA hero. Just I was slaving away from my parents, not actually, but I was working for my parents. I didn't have an income, and I was too scared to ask for money. But just I was like, I'm gonna stick to the NAKA for now until I get a job.
Yeah.
So I put in removed all the emission stuff, which is you don't get any performance from all that.
Yeah.
But
But you did that.
it cleans up. Yeah, it cleans it up.
That's against California law. I just want to let you know that.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
Good thing I live in another country. And then I did. What did I do? Deleted emissions. Aluminum drive shaft because 150 horsepower is not gonna break a drive shaft.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit easier to break
That
it.
rotational mass.
Yeah.
And then shorter final drive, and I just stuck to a 215 tire.
If you can learn on a KA, it makes you a good driver. If you start on a V8, yeah,
I mean,
that's the thing, right? A lot of kids nowadays, they just boom
Yeah.
slap a LS in there and boom, they're like, oh,
I'm
this
scared of
car is
hearing it
so
though. Like
easy.
I'm not someone that could drive.
Oh, all of a sudden you're
but-
scared. Don't be scared of what you need to say. Just say it.
You see someone drive a fucking high horsepower car
Yeah.
just out the blue. It's like, yeah, you're gonna drift it. Of
Not
course
even a
you are.
clutch kick, just a boom e-brake.
Oh yeah,
E-brake entry.
it's the same thing as playing on a controller, like
Yeah.
fucking
On about that, but
on the internet.
yeah.
Well, I mean, not necessarily,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'm just spiteful because I was NA for so many years.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
NA for like,
Yeah.
wait, how long ago was 2014? Almost 10 years ago. And for about
So you bought that thing bone stock.
bone stock, my dad drove it home.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to drive a
Your
stick.
dad drove it home.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You know what's funny is from out here in this city.
Simi Valley?
Well, I didn't know if you want to put it out there. but-
That's true. I mean, that's fine. It's fine. Probably the only Asian here, but it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's
out here in
crazy.
Simi. I just bought it over here, and then my dad drove it back, and my dad was like, "You want me to teach you?" And I was like, "Nah, I played in a Forza,"
That's crazy.
and I just taught myself. The neighborhood I live
Yeah,
in, right? I
yeah,
just
yeah.
drove around,
Nice.
and then my senior
cool.
year, I had my car.
Figured it out.
Yeah, it was funny. Like my senior year I was learning how to tuck my harness for the first time. I was like 18.
Yeah.
Off Tumblr, like this dude I know.
Off Tumblr, learn how to tuck your wire
One
harness.
Make Body Tune. What's his name? I love this guy. I got your name wrong, but we'll put it. We'll put it
on the bottom.
in the right
Yeah,
thing.
we'll put it on the bottom.
But that guy was my inspiration at the beginning. He's the reason why I got 240 coupe. And
Awesome.
he would make posts about like the stuff he does,
All the
whatever. I
different
would ask
little
him
things.
questions. He was always more than happy to.
That's so funny how Tumblr is not a thing anymore. Really.
Oh, it's done.
It's all
gone.
still there.
But that was my high school era
That's crazy.
I'm glad it's still there because I can go back and see
Right.
all that
Right.
stuff.
I
But
remember
luckily,
he
he
said-
moved to Instagram too. So
Oh,
like,
really?
I'm still connected with him.
That's cool.
He's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so funny that you said that before we even knew each other. You saw a video.
I saw you on Tumblr.
That's crazy because I never even fucked with Tumblr like that.
Yeah. I don't. Was it K Wolf? I don't know who it was.
It was the car wash
Yeah.
burnout video.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll see
And
if I can
then-
put it right here in the bottom right now.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was. It was that video, and I didn't notice that it was that car wash until Sky posted it, or Sky pointed it out,
Mhm.
because Sky used to live right behind that shopping center.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and he was like, "Wait,
Okay.
this is that Mexican restaurant in the background." I'm like, oh, he lives over here.
El Presidente.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one. And then we were tripping out, and then that was that. And then you found me delivering food in the
Yeah, all the
240.
time. I can't believe you were delivering 240. You were
That happened
delivering
after that, yeah.
Indian food in that 240.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
crazy.
Delivered food in the 240 for about 4 years, 5 years.
As low as it was, just scraping everywhere,
Yeah.
delivering food. I'm sure.
You know what I
people-
remember the most? You remember hearing the whining when I had that shitty diff?
Yeah.
It sounded like an airplane. And I was like, I think this is normal. I didn't know how diffs
You were
worked
just
when I was
you were just a
18.
kid figuring it out. Yeah, we
I
all
was a
learn like
dumbass
that.
though. Like I literally washed it out with water.
No
That's
shit.
why it was so loud.
No shit. And once you put the
Something
oil in
rusted.
Yeah.
Things got out of line. Now that I'm an engineer,
You're right.
I understand that was
Certified by
pretty
paper.
fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't do that.
That's funny.
I was like, oh, I'm cleaning it out. And
Why
then,
don't you tell us where you're from? Initially, like your childhood.
where am I from? So I was born in somewhere, Olive View Hospital. And then when I was 6 months old, I went to Palm Springs.
Like you moved your whole family.
Whole
moved there.
family moved to Palm
Okay.
Springs. My family stayed together the whole time. We're still together.
Your parents are still together.
Still together.
That's all. That's important.
That is important.
Mm-hmm.
Moved to Palm Springs. My dad was a chef when he was out here, and then we went to Palm Springs. Became a taxi driver. Just
Your
took the
parents are
risk.
from India.
Yes, they're immigrants from India.
Is there a town or a village or something?
My mom is from Umbala. My dad is from, I think, somewhere near there. I forgot the name of the city. It's the Buzzball. That's the
Okay, it's
But
okay.
yeah,
we can move on.
but,
That's fine. Okay, so they're immigrants.
they're
And back
that's
then,
a whole story by itself. It's like how my parents met, but arranged marriage.
arranged
But,
marriage, of course.
yeah.
Uh huh.
Yeah, my dad's sister found my mom, but regardless, yeah, we lived out here. I was 6 months old. My dad went to Palm Springs just on a Hail Mary, became a taxi driver.
Boom,
in
you
Palm
guys.
Springs.
Oh, okay. So what were you guys? What was he doing before being a taxi driver?
He was a chef. He was
Okay.
working for people,
Okay.
and then
At an Indian restaurant.
yep,
Okay.
yeah.
And this was like 1990 something.
yeah. Before that, he was in Canada or something He was making plastic bags
That's crazy.
for like Sears.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sears
in Canada.
plastic bags.
Yeah, and he's like, "How do you move?"
I don't
these
even know if
giant
people.
rollers?
I don't even know if people know what Sears,
Sears
is.
is.
Yeah.
It's out the picture. Now.
Yeah. Well, anyways, okay. So now you guys are in Palm Springs.
Yeah, so I grew up in Palm Springs. A lot of my childhood is there. So like I'm born. It's funny because I'm born in somewhere,
Yeah.
and then right away we go to Palm Springs,
Mhm.
and I lived there till third grade.
Okay. Till third grade.
Till third grade.
Okay.
So about 5-6 years of my
Okay.
life.
Yeah.
No, that's kindergarten. I was probably like 7, I
Okay.
guess. But basically, my dad was a chef, and he was like, "I'm never gonna work for someone else ever again unless I have my own spot." He found a restaurant. Comes in VT, Village Tandor, the restaurant that we have
Oh,
now.
so the Village Tandor was already there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you guys moved back to Northridge,
Yeah.
the
So
Valley.
basically, I'm kind of curious. I should ask for the specifics of when that move happened because I was like way younger when my dad told me.
Elementary.
Yeah, and or even after that, like in middle school, I think I asked him, but he was like, well, basically, we had a house in Palm Springs, sold the house in 10 hours.
Yeah. Oh.
House sold in 10 hours.
That quick.
In Palm Springs, yeah. Guy gave 10 grand on top. He's like, don't give it 10 bills.
Oh wow.
So we're like, all right, perfect for us. And then, just like we were talking about, like you got to know somebody. My
Right.
dad had a realtor guy,
Yeah.
just knowing people, networking. And then that money went straight to buying the restaurant.
Okay. And you guys, where did you guys live when you guys moved here?
We were in a townhouse for like 5-6 years, something like that.
Because all the money went towards the
Till
restaurant.
middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything went to the restaurant.
Okay.
And then we everything went to the restaurant. We just lived in a townhome in Reseda on like Sadacar and Reseda.
Yeah.
Just normal life. But I mean, I say normal, but the way my parents worked was not normal to kids I was going to school with. Like my parents were doing 10, 12-hour days, just
trying to keep it open from open to close.
Open to close, dude. And even selling the house, my parents were still like $200K in debt back then.
$200K.
Yeah. And I remember I want to ask my mom again how that happened, but it was kind of from the last time I talked to her, it's like it just happens. Like you got paid for XYZ. You take. You have
a sister too.
I got a sister.
They gotta feed the family. Put the food on the table.
Food on the table. I basically lived at that restaurant when I was too young when we had the townhouse. Like we couldn't stay at home, so we go to school, go to the restaurant.
Yeah,
that's where I grew up in that restaurant. It wasn't until 8th grade that we got a house.
The one that you're living in now.
Yeah, the one that my parents are at now, and it was like a blessing. But I was gonna say something before that. We were. What was I gonna say?
So I was talking about the restaurants. You live there.
Yeah, we stayed there, and then they were just hustling.
Yeah, and still to this day, the restaurant is there, just like you said earlier.
Yeah,
right?
they still.
But now it's one of the staples of the valley, one of the most successful.
I would say so.
Indian restaurants in the valley.
Yeah, anyone I recommend it to. I mean, you can go on Yelp and make your own judgments. People be bitching.
Yeah,
but everyone that I send there, they're happy. Like they like the food they get. You can say maybe they're being nice to me, but if you're really my homie, you gonna tell me if you're like, all right, whatever. Like it was all right.
I mean, if you like Indian food, I think you guys do it really well. Yeah, especially if you've never tried Indian food. It's a good place to go during. Only the weekends are buffets, right? Saturday, Sunday.
Every day.
Oh, every day there's buffet.
Yeah,
every day there's buffet. Do you know?
So like weekdays, like people come on lunch from like there's that insurance place right by Granada or whatever. Like lunch is busy on weekdays for the.
I remember last time I remember seeing a sign that was $13.99. Is it still $13.99?
Don't quote me on it. It might have gone up $1. But
okay, $14.99. That's not bad. Eat as much as you want.
She got expensive, dude.
Everything's expensive. I'm sure you guys.
My mom was telling me, she was like, cream went from, or it was, I don't know if it was cream or milk. It went from $8 to $10 within a week.
That. Within a week,
and we go through 110 a week.
110 gallons.
Quarts.
110 quarts.
But each quart costs that much. We go through crazy. 40 gallons of milk a week.
And that's crazy. Everyone's dealing with the inflation right now, and our salaries are not reflecting that. No. And I think everyone's feeling it across the nation. Really,
it's funny. I feel like I'm on both sides. Where it's like, mom got to put the price up $1. Right. But at the same time, it's like I'm on the other side. Like I'm paying for food from somewhere else. Where it's like, but I'm not even mad though. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like you can't. I just get really frustrated with people that are so narrow-minded.
Right.
And just like they'll leave a bad review because of the price, but it's like, how much are you paying for milk?
Right, exactly. Where are the other places? You can't even go.
I'm not getting anything.
You can't even go to fast food or McDonald's without, not under $10, not unless you have the app or something, you're getting a deal.
And even when people come to the restaurant, something's not free or whatever. And my mom, I love this about my mom. She's such a savage. She's such a beautiful, nice woman, but I love that she has this side.
Yeah.
Someone will ask for something for free.
Yeah.
And like if they say for like with some sass or whatever, and obviously like if you're being nice, it's like you're not gonna get roasted. But if someone comes up backwards, my mom will be like, "You think I get it for free?"
Really?
She'll tell me like, "You think I get it for free?"
Yeah.
Like, why am I gonna give it to you for free?
Right.
Right. I mean, there's certain things that are complimentary. That we take the hit on, like all the chutneys, whatever. Every order has a whole set of chutneys that goes out with them.
Right.
That ain't free.
Right. You guys pay for it.
Yeah, we pay for it. Like here, you get
stuff.
it. Cool. Yeah. And like people complain about the dumbest stuff, but
of course, that's the hardest part about being a business owner. Really, people will always complain about anything. Everything.
That's why my mom is like, "When are you gonna open a business?" And I'm like, "No,
never.
I'm traumatized from your business. I don't want to deal with people."
Yeah.
I hope I just make enough for now. Obviously, the American dream is just, I'll own something, have something that runs. A restaurant though, like,
Right.
I don't know why people are
It's tough, right?
inside looking out, I guess, but everyone's always so surprised, like, oh, you're gonna take over the restaurant, right? I'm like, no,
Right. It's not something you want to do.
that job is 24/7,
Yeah.
and it's not just cooking.
Right.
The toilet clogs. Are you gonna fix it yourself? Or are you gonna
Right.
call somebody?
Right. But because
The fridge stops working. Are you
Yeah.
gonna fix it yourself, or are you gonna
Right.
find somebody?
Well,
You're
I've been on the roof of the restaurant with you before because
Yeah.
the AC went out. It's just one of those things.
that was one of my jobs during my child labor years.
Child labor years.
Yeah, just
funny.
fixing the hood and fixing
Yeah.
the swamp coolers and all that stuff.
Well, but now it's because this sounds kind of funny, but during COVID, that restaurant took off. Funny enough.
Yeah, my mom's a smart woman. We got online before COVID, so
Like the Grubhub and the
Yeah.
Uber Eats and all that.
all those online services.
And you guys are already using it, even if it was only like 2 or 3 orders a night. You guys would just use it.
It was something extra, and like back then, for a long time, even during COVID, I mean, we were the drivers. We would just get the orders, but we were delivering the food though.
Okay.
It was just a fax machine.
Yeah.
Came in,
Yeah.
printer paper, write it down on a fucking
Check.
or whatever, throw it in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, and then I think this is my theory, is because my mom was already on it early. My dad wasn't with it, but business stayed afloat for sure.
Yeah.
Like pretty well.
And because
During
everyone was just home during COVID, people were just ordering online through.
And our name was already up there.
Yeah.
I did that. I spent a lot of time delivering during COVID.
Crazy.
It was a lot of food. Yeah.
And I think from what you told me, the business skyrocketed.
It got to the point where it would just get way too busy.
Yeah.
Like way too busy.
Hard work.
I can't believe people were waiting like an hour for their food.
Crazy.
Because when I was working the counter, when I was there,
Yeah.
The other downfall of like the fucking Yelp rating is like, we hired people coming into the US. They don't know how
gotcha.
the
People
screens work, because eventually my mom got to the point where each company has a tablet. Uber Eats, and then now Uber Eats and Postmates are together.
Yeah.
And then whatever XYZ, and then we have our own website.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of tablets to go through, and like they ask you for a wait time. If you just hit confirm, the default's 25 minutes.
Oh, that's what that
So
is.
it's like-
That's how that works.
Yeah, so it's like when you're ordering food, if someone just hits confirm without changing the time, it'll just hit the default.
25 minutes, but they're going to be
it's
waiting
like, it's
an hour.
dude. I'm swamped at the counter, and I got people yelling at me. I got delivery drivers yelling at me.
Yeah.
Where's my food? Blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
I'm like, look, bro, look inside the restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes, you know what's crazy? The to go is crazier than the dine-in.
Really?
Well, the majority of it during COVID.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I can't show you the kitchen right now,
Right.
but it's a fucking, like, it's so many people running around just trying to get the orders out.
Right.
And it was funny because like when I was being manager at the restaurant, I hated it. I didn't like dealing with people because like when to go is so busy, people that are dining in are even worse because they're like, there's only like 2 tables in here.
Crazy.
And like
they
they're
don't
messing
know.
up inside, like putting the wrong orders first.
And they don't know that it's busy to go because it's freaking.
They don't have no idea.
It's COVID.
Even though there's a fucking table full of to-go orders that are ready to go.
Yeah.
And it was frustrating. I would tell my mom all the time, like, dude, let me just pack the orders. I do not want to deal with people. Like, I don't know what to tell them.
So that you know that you're doing it correctly. Like, that's the thing. If you want it done right, just do it yourself.
Yeah.
With anything, really.
And even that was kind of problematic because I was like, I can't yell at the cook like my dad can.
Right. Oh,
You
right.
know?
Because you're just a kid.
Well, I guess that's another can of worms too. Is my dad was, you know,
Okay.
the way he was. Where when he should have been there to fucking set shit straight.
I see.
You know.
Yeah.
And
He wasn't.
He wasn't, and I'm like, they look at me like, I don't know.
Right.
They don't look at me.
They won't give you the same respect that your dad holds.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna sit there and fucking yell at X,
exactly.
Y, Z.
Exactly.
I'll just be like, yo, I need this order, blah blah blah. But I can't press anybody.
Of course. You're just the owner's son.
Exactly. That's what that was I'm not the owner. I'm just the owner's son.
Yeah, you ain't shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how they see it.
That's how I felt, to be honest. And My dad's like, no, you could tell him. I'm like, no, bro, like,
Right, they're not gonna listen to you.
no,
they might just spit in the food,
and I'm not gonna look like a fool.
and they might just purposely mess up the order just to, who knows, just to spite
I mean,
you
they
or
wouldn't do
something.
that, but it's one of those things.
It's gonna make the.
I don't want to
working
get laughed
relationship-
at, you know,
You think
or
they'll
like
laugh
not
at you?
not laugh at me, but not take me seriously,
Right,
you know.
right, because you're just a kid.
Yeah, and I was only there because I graduated and I didn't have a job.
Right.
You know, and then obviously my parents needed me to be there.
Sure. Yeah, it was
But-
busy. It was already super busy.
Yeah, dude, it's dumb.
Yeah.
It was dumb busy.
Yeah.
Like a Tuesday, or Thursday. And when I was packing orders, it was like we had to buy extra carts because I would have 7 orders being packed at the same time.
Oh, and there wasn't enough.
We've
room.
never been this busy.
Well, so that's how good it is. So, I mean, if you guys are ever in the Northridge area, you guys should visit Village Tandoor. It's on the corner of Devonshire and Reseda.
18530 Devonshire Street.
Right.
Northridge,
Yeah. If you want to
California.
Google Maps it and look at the street view, it's right next to the Honey Baked Ham store.
There you go. We're connected.
That's right. Speaking of marriages, are you a single fella?
Yes, I'm single.
Oh, you're single?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can you believe it?
No, because you're such a handsome fella. You're into girls?
Yeah, I do enjoy
I
women.
mean, it's 2024. Gotta ask.
Yeah.
Great. And so you're not dating anyone right now?
No. Are you?
Good way to spin it. I'll ask the questions on my
All right,
podcast.
you're the interviewer.
No, currently no. I'm also single, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Such is life.
Such is life.
Yeah. How's the
How's that
how's
world
the
going?
life? Yeah. How's the
Yeah,
how's
being an
romance in your
engineer,
life?
there's not a lot of women around.
That's right. Yeah, I can imagine a lot of males in your industry.
Yeah. I was telling you today, my mom was pressing me.
About trying to get you to
She's
be
like, when you're gonna be 30.
yeah, you're gonna be 30. But you're 27. You're not 29.
I thought we weren't gonna expose ages. How old are you?
I'm something like around there.
I was gonna give you the pass. I didn't ask you for a reason.
You're right. My bad.
You gotta watch more podcasts, man.
Yeah, I apologize.
I'm just kidding. I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm be 26. Oh, I'm gonna be 27.
Okay. Oh, you're 26.
Yeah,
You're still
I
plenty
think-
young, but I get it. And your mom's trying to set
But for
you
some
up.
reason, from 26 to 20, when I hear 27, I'm like, oh fuck.
You're right. Yeah. But so your mom wants to hit you up with a couple of nice little Indian girls.
Well, my mom was like, it was funny. It was like she was playing with me. She was like, let me ask around. Like,
Yeah, just to see if there's some.
she was like,
nice...
just it doesn't matter if she's not here or not. She's like, just
not
just
here or
talk.
not from the overseas.
Huh? No. I mean, like, like across the states or whatever. She's like, you could talk
gotcha.
to him, like,
Gotcha,
just
gotcha.
message him.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, for sure.
a nice little pretty Indian girl for you.
Yeah, but it's just, and she knew though, because I told her, I was like, I ain't no bitch. I'm a farm girl. I don't need a ring.
How's that been going? Last 27 years. You
Yeah,
haven't found
pretty
your
bad,
own girl.
dude. Pretty bad. Not good.
Haven't found your own girl.
Nah.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm doing something wrong.
okay.
But she was like, you're going to be 30 soon.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, mom, just
That's okay.
fine.
It's
It's
okay.
okay.
It's okay.
I mean, and she was saying too, she's like, it's not like it's going to happen tomorrow. Like,
Right.
you know,
It's gonna take some time.
yeah,
It's gonna take
which is
some time.
fine. I'm not against it, especially now. It's like the new age
But you haven't found
arranged marriage because it's not
Yeah.
even arranged. It's
right
kinda
because
like,
she's not trying to push.
No one's
girl on you.
obligated to anything.
Yeah. So you're cool with that.
Yeah,
And
I'm
she
cool with it.
understands.
yeah.
I see. But if for whatever reason she hooks you up with like a nice little Indian girl and you guys happen to hit it off,
That would be amazing.
that would be amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be great.
Okay.
I'm
But
just-
she's also open to like potential other races that as long as the girl makes you
she's
happy
like,
and
if
treats
you
you
find
right.
someone else, like, it's cool. But she pressed me too. She was like, but you say you don't go out. Like,
Yeah.
you're not meeting anybody.
You feel like you don't go out?
Well, no. Honestly, I really don't. The weekdays is just work,
Yeah.
home, and the weekends is hanging out with the boys.
What about oh, see, that's the thing. You
I don't-
gotta
I
start
don't-
hanging out with the boys.
I don't go out to bars and shit like that no more.
Right. But a bar is not where you meet
Yeah, and I'm not built for
your
that.
girl forever.
So where do you meet him?
Somewhere. Or maybe you like a nice little Japanese boy that you've been recording a podcast
Are
with.
you this Japanese? I mean, I don't know. I don't like.
Clearly
know.
kidding, but I mean, a bar is not where you meet. Most likely, is not where you're
Yeah.
gonna meet.
Well, that's
your-
not my type either. It's just kind of like.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done it, and you've
Yeah.
heard how it goes. It's just one
Yeah.
night thing, and it's
One
like,
night thing. Yeah, it's not anything that
there's no
it doesn't
follow up.
blossom to anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's me getting left
Le-
on red when I'm sober,
leaves
and I'm
you on
like, what a
red.
retard.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can say that.
It's all right. We'll leave it in there, but probably can't. It's okay. But so the reason why we have all these drinks on the table is because you came and blessed us with some alcoholic beverages.
Yes.
I don't really drink too much, but I'll drink in social instances like today. Do you feel like you drink a lot?
Yeah, I drink a good amount.
Do you drink alone?
I will.
You will. Like to
there's something that comes out of it where it's like loosen up. And
okay.
I'm happy.
Buttholes loose. What?
yeah, totally.
Okay. Do you feel like that's something that needs to
be addressed?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, so you're aware of that?
Oh, I'm fully aware.
You're aware of that. Yeah. You feel like sometimes there's. Do you feel like you drink too much or you drink too often?
I don't know how to judge it because I'm just judging myself, But it's that's the thing. It's like, yeah, like I'll even moving out, I'll drink every day.
You thought that maybe that would change it?
Yeah, but at the same time, I am kind of happy. Like I don't get just even at home. Like I'm not getting plastered.
Okay, you'll drink a little bit, like a little nightcap.
Yeah, just drink a few drinks.
A few drinks, nightcaps.
Yeah,
plural.
I don't know what a nightcap is.
Oh, a nightcap is a drink that you have at the end of the night, I think, to top off your day.
Oh.
People will have like one glass of wine or
I'm not there yet. I'm not as old as you.
10 glasses of wine,
a
bottle. Okay. I've kind of joked with you before. Like I kind of want to have a intervention with you to help you out with that, because this kind of maybe this is something that I have a feeling that maybe in the future that I'm worried a little bit, but maybe it's still too soon.
Yeah. I mean, I'm worried too. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
It just runs in my blood, but I try to differentiate like where my lineage comes from and like why they drink and why I drink. Most of the time when I drink, it's not like before. Yeah, for a while it was out of spite. Like it was a bad place I was coming from.
Oh, interesting.
And that's why I would drink.
Okay.
Now I drink. I like it. Loosens me up. I have more fun. Like
so
even maybe just playing video games. Like
okay.
I don't know.
So maybe you can pull back a little bit. You can still enjoy yourself without being plastered.
Yeah.
Let me ask you: are there times when you've woken up in the morning, or like, how the fuck did I get home?
In the past.
That's tough.
When I was bad. When my dad was bad. Like that was.
Oh, I see.
That was probably prime time for just getting crazy and drinking out of spite.
Yeah.
Like I was.
What are you spiteful towards?
My dad. My dad's an alcoholic. Put himself in the hospital multiple times. And
is this something that was like this growing up, or is it a recent thing?
He always drank, and then that's the restaurant gets intertwined with that. He's just, well, because I'm also getting older, and like I understand to a degree. The dude was overwhelmed. Restaurant. Dad's gone. Dad was gone since when he was 26. Has sisters, family to take care of back home. Always sent money home.
Yeah.
And I thought, we would have had so much more money if my dad never had to send money home. My dad made a lot of money growing up, like doing what he did. He just hustled. Yeah. But it always went to someone else.
But a lot of immigrants did that, though. Do that still.
Yeah.
Where they make the money here in the States because there's opportunity and they send it home.
And that's what drove him into the ground, though.
Interesting.
With the drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what's wrong now? The restaurant runs. Nothing to worry about. I got a job. I just found out today my sister got a job.
Nice.
Like she'll be chilling soon, a couple months, next year.
Yeah.
We got nothing to worry about. The house getting construction done. Like, he has nothing to worry about.
But
there's something still inside him that eats him. And I think it has to do with that.
At the expense of his health and his alcoholism. And you feel that it's running in you as well.
The alcoholism part.
That's what I mean.
The reasoning is different, but it's I don't even know what the reasoning is, because I mean, I've been out it's only been a month, but I don't.
Out of the house.
I'm not mad about nothing.
You've been out of the house for a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
I moved out Christmas time. So just over a month, but I mean, I'm happy. Like I'm cool with. Well, I'm in a new area now where I'm like, I got nothing to be mad about.
You used to butt heads with your dad.
Oh yeah.
When you lived at home.
Yeah. It got bad, and that's what led to me finally moving out. My sister orchestrated the whole thing of, you've been here long enough. You know, like my sister got to leave for 2 years, and then I graduated. I stayed there, blah blah. She came back, and then now they got to the point where they're like, you got to get out of here.
Right, it's your time.
Yeah,
as the only son and as the oldest, you had to.
I was supposed to trip where it's like I mean, I left when I was 26, but I don't want to say I didn't get to live my life, but I've always been tied down to that.
You had to work around the schedule of things that needed to get done for the restaurant, going to Restaurant Depot, picking up ingredients.
Yeah, stuff like that. And then it's what's the word? I mean, it's complicated, but there's complexities to different aspects of my life that are tied into it. Right. You know, it's not just the work. Like I don't mind, like Restaurant Depot wasn't a big deal. Right. It was a big deal when it's like, yo, I'm trying to do something today. It was like, no, I gotta go do this.
Sure.
You know, or
you just gotta work around it.
Yeah. You know, like every kid, like even when I was in school, like every kid procrastinates on their homework. Right. The complexity was, as soon as I start my homework, I get called in like, yo, we need you. Like, come to work. I need you to deliver food, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, can't be mad at mom. Right. I don't pay nothing. Right. You know, and then, but at the same time, it's like, I am paying for it in the sense of like now, like I lose my sense of what I want to do, you know? Right. Like, or I don't have my own itinerary, or I don't have my own time. Right. You know, and I lived that way for so long that like now I'm only a month out. I'll wake up at 10 o'clock sometimes in the apartment, and I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck to do. Right. Because I'm so used to like, maybe do this, do that. There's something on my mind where I gotta get this done, gotta get that done. Yeah. And then it's new to me. Right. Which is weird. And so I'm exploring that right now. Right. And then I got here from drinking, but I mean the drinking thing was during those times was out of spite. Yeah. Now I drink and it's like I just have a fun time. I end up drinking too much still. But
well, I hope that, you know, in the future, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, someone in your position would stop drinking completely, but maybe hold back a little bit, you know, something where you'll still remember the entire night or something, you know, because I'd hate to see you go down the road of, you know, not being able to pull back, because at some point it's going to be too late, maybe.
And don't get me wrong, I don't even black out anymore. Mm-hmm. That's what I told you earlier. So my tolerance is so high, like I can get shit faced, and I mean it's dumb. I'm happy because blacking out was the scariest thing forever. That scared the shit out of me. I haven't blacked out in a long time.
You would drive home and you just don't know where.
Well, yeah.
Your car would be in one piece.
Yeah, I would wake up scared and walk out in my pajamas to go look at my car. Like,
are there times where your car was?
There was only one time where I hit something, and then
you didn't know what you hit. Don't. What kind of damage was in your car?
It's a bent fender, and like. There wasn't paint on the car, but I mean, the marks went across the door, but it peeled off like plastic. So I'm pretty sure I hit a trash can,
like a trash can or something. Yeah. Okay.
But that was the only time. I mean, that was fucking 3 years ago now, 4 years ago now.
Yeah. And how's your dad doing now?
I mean, it changes every 6 months, but right now he's sober.
Okay. Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. Great.
You know, from what my mom told me, me moving out made an effect on him. That was also another thing that was in the background. She was like, "You get out, make your point." You know?
Does he? When you see him now, does he miss you? Does he act different?
There was a cool when he was drinking after I moved out. He would call me like every 2-3 days. Just like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Nothing." You know, like there wasn't much of it was like a 30-second call.
Yeah.
Because he was drunk, and then
just to see where you were at.
But he's been sober for like 2 weeks. Like I saw him yesterday.
The real MVP in this is your mom.
Oh yeah,
having to endure all this, all these years.
That's what killed me so much. Is what can I do? You know, it's like that's what drove me crazy a lot. Mm-hmm. It's like I can't do nothing. I'm not some genius out here making a bunch of money. I can move my mama. Right. And the other thing too is like. The reality of it is, even if I had enough money to move my mom out, she wouldn't leave. She wouldn't leave my dad. It's just that's just that's how they work.
Yeah.
You know?
It's something that maybe in America is a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not. It can't be understood, but
yeah, and it's fucked up. No, there's no denying that.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like I mean, seeing her, like I went through the whole thing of like, oh, that's gonna be all right, and then like we get let down, over and over and over again, and I'm half my mom's age. My mom's been through that so many times.
Yeah.
And even more recently, when I had a big argument with my dad, it was because of that. My mom fell for it again. Dad was sober for a while, and then he did the same shit, said some nasty stuff, and my mom's crying about it. But like, I felt bad though, because I got to a point with my drinking where my mom wouldn't tell me anymore.
Oh, I see.
She stopped telling me.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to use this as an excuse to go fucking be crazy.
Yeah.
And by that time I had gotten better, but I felt bad though. I was like, fuck, because with my dad, if my dad's out the picture, I'm the only other dude around. Like I don't have extended family out here like that.
Right.
We don't trust nobody else.
Right.
With stuff like that. So, and then my mom broke down again, and I was like, damn, I thought we were out of this. 3 years later, still my mom is like, fuck.
Right.
Saying all kinds of crazy stuff that I don't want to say here, but I've told you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, and it was weird. It was like hearing her say that again was mind blowing. I was tough. Like, fuck. Yeah. And then I had a breakdown, and I think a week later is when I almost fought my dad, and then the next week was the HPD tour, and my mom and my sister were like, you need your own space. Like, right. And you gotta get out the house.
That's the day. The day of the tour. That day. HPD tour. Yeah. They put that into motion.
The next week, my sister already had fucking tours lined up.
Because chances are you wouldn't have done it yourself.
Well, that's my biggest issue. Is I'm too stagnant.
Your guilt would have
for the majority of shit. I'm too stagnant. They were like, you're never gonna do it, and I was kind of annoyed that they said that, but I know it's true. I know it's true. I probably wouldn't have done it. It's too much work for me. I'm like, I don't make big steps like that on my
own. Do you have any regrets in life? If someone asked you what your biggest regret was, what would you say it would be?
Biggest regret?
It's so cliche for someone to be like, oh, no regrets. Oh, I don't live with life with no regrets. But I feel like that's untrue. Everyone's got one something.
Biggest regret? It's like, it's hard to say. Like, is it a moment? Is it an action? Is it a habit?
Is it something that's still ongoing that you currently regret? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I want to say drinking, but I can't fully say drinking. I say drinking because I've seen the repercussions of it, and I still do it.
Because you see it in your dad.
Yeah, and then
you see how it affects you and the entire
I'm becoming
family.
My dad.
That's how you see it.
I see traits of myself that I'm like, oh, dad's like that.
Mm-hmm. Does that scare you?
It does scare me. Like the way that my dad has treated my mom. It scares. I've never been in a relationship, but it scares me. Where I'm like, I don't want to, because I've gotten drunk and said shit to just friends. Right. Got myself in trouble.
So who knows what you might say to your significant other that you care about.
I really want to believe I would never be that way.
Sure.
But it's like, I have that man's genes, and his lineage, his side of the family is all same way with alcohol. Yeah. Died from it.
Oh wow. He knows, or someone in his family has died from alcoholism.
Multiple.
Really?
Yeah. All my uncles are dead from alcohol on my dad's side.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your dad was close to death?
Yeah. He started getting seizures for a while, which was new. So, that was the first time calling 911. Never done that before. Luckily, we were right across from the fire station.
Yeah.
Giving CPR to my dad over the phone.
Really?
Calling 911 was crazy.
Yeah.
Because it was one of the first times he had a seizure. He was just breathing super crazy. And she was like, just keep pumping. And I was like, I don't want to do this. Like, in my head, I don't want to do this. Like, just send the fucking fire department. Send someone.
Right.
And I'm just pumping. And the fire department came. But yeah, he ended up in the hospital because he got up to pee one day when he was shit faced, and he fell and he smashed the back of his head.
Wow.
And we didn't think too much of it. Like, obviously it was bad. We were like, oh, we got him back in bed, and all like that. And then I think the day following is when that happened, like giving the CPR thing, and he had a seizure. Got him to the hospital. He had a brain hemorrhage. He's bleeding in the back of his head. So, I mean, even with the tube out his dome, like, that's why he has a crazy, like, they had to operate on his brain. So, like, he has a crazy scar.
Mm-hmm.
But even in that state, he was just like, get me out of here. I need a bottle.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. Give me a drink.
In the hospital bed.
Yeah. And I remember even social workers came, and I remember I was there with my mom, and then social workers like, you're predisposed to the same alcoholism, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just sitting there like, yeah.
So you see it as well.
Yeah. There's so many, not so many. There's a handful of times my dad was in the hospital from drinking, and he would just, as soon as he came to,
just rip it out and try
rip it out. I feel so bad for those nurses. Like,
try to dip.
The people that had to deal with them, because I know what I deal with at home.
Yeah.
And he's over here, like, there's a complete stranger that's just like pulling all this shit out.
Yeah. Jeez, man.
I don't think I could get to that point. I want to think that.
Yeah.
And I think even before that, like, I'll find somebody that, I don't know if it comes from a place of like just being alone.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a bullshit excuse to say like, oh, like when I finally find a girlfriend, I'm gonna be better.
Right.
But I don't know. That's the only constant, I guess, in all of this.
Well, I guess we'll find out. I mean, life has funny ways of.
Yeah. It's the only constant. Where I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know what it feels like to have someone else that, I mean, outside of my mom.
Right.
That gives a fuck.
There's something about female companionship that is unmatched.
Yeah, man.
It's literally unmatched. Yeah. And especially if this is someone that is your ride or die, like someone that's down for you.
I have no idea what that feels like.
I'm down for you.
I'm not gonna fuck you though.
How do you know?
No, I know I'm not gonna fuck you.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, well that closes that.
No, but really though, like it's so crazy how that's been so amplified in my life, where it's like it just gets ignited every time where I'm like, man.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, I mean, I said all the family stuff. That's one end of things.
Mm-hmm.
And within like all that going on, I didn't really have a chance to think about. Well, I mean, I had chances, but with the restaurant, my dad being crazy, it was like trying to find time or
trying to hold something.
The mental space to try to go get a girl. I wasn't even. I don't want to put this on my parents. They didn't say you can't date. They said you shouldn't date.
Right.
When I was in high school.
High school is understandable, right? High school is always, I mean, chances are whoever or whatever your high school sweetheart is, not too many people end up with that person.
But you learn.
Yeah, something. I see. So you didn't even have any.
No, I don't know how to talk to a girl. That's why I get drunk, and that's the only time I've
been able
to pick
up
any girls, because I'm just like the confidence that comes with being a little buzzed.
Interesting.
I don't have that when I'm sober. When I'm sober, I'm like, I'm not worth anybody's time.
Super quiet. You just have that low self-esteem, you feel like?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's and now it's like engraved in my dome.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't really understand it.
Well, I mean, I think, you've got LASIK now. You got rid of your glasses. You tall. You 6 feet. Good looking.
Problem now is I don't go out.
And what's okay? You don't have to go out to, meet somebody that isn't
going to meet anybody at work.
Maybe not. But maybe not. But it's okay. It'll happen. You don't have to. Don't look for it. Once you stop looking for it, you'll find somebody.
I told myself years ago not to look for it, man. It's one of those things though. It's like they say don't look for it, but it's like there's a difference between not looking for it and working towards it.
Yeah.
And that gets really gray where it's like, what am I doing? Like, am I doing too much?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I will say, like, just as a lay person, from the outside looking in, I've seen you finally find a place. You've got a really good job now.
Mm-hmm.
there's only one more thing that's missing, and I think that's something that will come with time. You've got things lined up now to where you've set yourself up for success, and you just need that one other addition to the puzzle. And I think it'll come soon. Just sit back and wait, and then handle your stuff in the meantime. Like cut back a little bit on. I'm not saying you got to stop drinking, because plenty of people drink.
I definitely do need to cut back.
Yeah, cut back a little bit. It's okay with drinking. Like it's fine. And then find put that energy elsewhere.
Yeah.
If you were, I don't know. I just think that you're in the right path right now.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I think so too. I'm in a better place than I was a year ago.
I mean,
I can say that confidently.
That's good.
Yeah.
And maybe in another year, you get your S13 up and running, and we'll finally drive again.
I would be way happier in life once that car's running.
Yeah, because we haven't driven together in quite some time.
I bought that van the day before I started that job.
You're talking about different that's right. We went together to get it. It's
not
the E150. Yeah, we went to
E350.
E350. It's a short body cargo van
with a
6-liter
in it.
Power Stroke.
Yeah, which I recently did the oil pump and EGR on.
Super sick. Badass.
Loved it. I wanted to drive it here, but I wasn't sure if I could park it in my apartment.
And I mean, it's crazy because 6-liter as many problems as it has. I mean, that thing sounds so good.
I can't wait to strip. Oh, you know what's crazy? I had the issue with weighing it.
Yeah.
My 2024 tags just came in the mail.
Just like that?
Like 2 years later, like a year later. I don't know.
So weird.
I don't know.
And you didn't end up weighing it, going to a weigh station?
Because it's been dragging me on in the back of my head. I'm like, I gotta go get that thing weighed. Because I found a pilot station, like a pilot gas station, and on the way up to Lake Hughes.
Oh, well,
in Castaic.
Funny enough, there's a place in Sunland that has a cat scale that you could go do that at. I didn't know that was an issue. I could have just told you, yeah.
I thought I asked you too.
Yeah, there's a cat scale. I don't think you asked me. You
definitely
didn't ask me.
I was like, where do I get this thing weighed?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means, because I need the Weighmaster's paper.
So why did you need to do that? It was already registered in California.
I guess it's transfer registration. Like I have to do it because it weighs over 7,000.
Gotcha.
But for so long, like I had shit in it, and then it broke down.
Yeah. Well, real quick, I mean, we drove up to, the story is that we drove up. Yeah. You found that thing on OfferUp.
I love this story.
All the way up.
This is one of my favorite stories with you.
San Francisco.
Because you really went dad mode on me on this one.
and how's that?
I love it.
Well, I'm curious. Okay,
why
don't you tell the story?
All right, so I found this. I like vans. Ford vans.
Strange.
It's just, dude, I told you, it's my first car in high school.
Fixed or repaired.
Ford Econoline. Uh-huh. I don't like trucks because shit can fly out. But in a van, everything's inside. Yeah. It's all inside.
Yeah.
I find this E350. I'm over here like, I can't buy a trailer until I have something to tow my car with. So I find this van. It's up for 9.5, right?
9,500, which was still a decent deal for a E350 6-liter,
160,000 miles on
Power Stroke.
Boom.
Yeah.
And then I talked to my mom, and I was like, "Mom, I want a tow rig." You told me,
yeah,
you were down. I was like,
yeah. And of course, again, just for the audience, like you've worked tirelessly at your parents' restaurant. You don't get a pay. You just work for free, basically, and whatever things that you need, like you would hesitantly ask for.
Hesitantly is a good way to put it. Yeah. I never even thought about that. Yeah, just a side note. When I got my first check from work, I realized how little I was asking from my mom. I was like, yo, I wasn't taking shit.
Literally child labor.
Dude, I felt bad taking $800 a month.
Right.
From my mom. Yeah. Like if in a month.
Sorry, you good.
If I took $800, I felt bad. Or if I felt bad for $1,000. And I was like, and then I got my first check, and I was like, dude, this is 2 weeks.
Well, that's the thing. You're an engineer. You didn't just pick up a job at Chick-fil-A.
Even if you cut that in half, though, I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, I'm sure your mom was like, dang, that's a good thing I had a son. Like, this was a sucker.
Dude, and back then I was drinking a lot. I remember telling my mom, I was like, Mom, I thought I was taking too much from you.
Yeah. So funny.
I was like, you see this?
But that's the thing about you didn't have rent. You didn't have, whatever. Like all these other expenses that come along.
I just stacked it up. I stacked it up. I spent it all on drinking mostly. But
crazy.
So this is before I got my job though. Yeah. And I was like, Mom,
you want this tow?
I want this truck. It's a good price. Mm-hmm. At that time, it was a good price. So me and this fool drive to San Francisco.
Yep. To some dude's like condo.
I'm hungover as fuck.
Yeah.
We started, and I'm not used to diesels. It's loud as hell, and I'm like, "Is this supposed to sound like?" In my head, my head,
right?
I didn't tell you this,
yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, "Is this supposed to be this loud?" All the clackling and all the valve train moving around. Yeah. And then I drove it, and I never told you my initial thoughts, huh? No. Like when I drove it?
No.
Obviously with the diesel, there's no response.
No.
And I was used to the van
until
with
the turbo
V8.
kicks in.
Yeah. And so like I wasn't very hard on the throttle.
Yeah.
And I was like, this thing's slow. Is something wrong with it?
You're like, it's just a dog.
Yeah, because I didn't put my foot down much. And then whatever. And then I had you drive it, and you were like, oh, this is good. This is good. And I was like, okay, I just don't know diesels.
Yeah.
We get back, it's pissing oil.
Well, so because I drove it like, I test drove it.
Yeah, you test drove it.
Floored it.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
And the guy was like, when we came back, and it felt fine. What'd you think of it?
It felt good. I mean, I laid into the throttle though. But then when we got back, we opened the doghouse.
Yeah.
The cover that's in the interior.
Honestly, I wanted to bring it today. I wanted you to drive it again because it's been a while.
It's a big difference.
No,
now that you've done this.
No, now I know how diesels drive, especially after fixing mine.
Right.
It drives the same. Nothing changed. Right. Performance is the same. But I was just curious.
When we got back though, the dude waited because it's a cargo van, so there's 2 seats. So me and you went. We got back.
We switched halfway, and then
and that thing's pissing oil. We pull the dog box, and you can see like a river of oil coming down
from the valley, right?
From the valley to the transmission. Yeah. Like you could just see it right there.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "It's never done that before." And we're like,
You know what bugged me? Like really irked me as soon as he said it. He was like, "Did you pinned it? Did you drive it hard?" He said something like you pinned it or like you drove it too hard.
Did you drive it hard or something?
Yeah. And I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "Yeah, well, yeah."
Like if you're towing and you're fucking giving it gas up the hill, like you should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was just a puddle of oil under it. And I was like, dude, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Yeah. Cash in hand in San Francisco.
I'm
hours
so
away.
happy you were there.
Yeah.
Because you were like, hit him at 55.
From 9,500.
You were like, just hit him. And I was like, because I already came up to you and I was like, I'm not going to buy this.
Yeah.
I mean, my balls were in my stomach. I was just like, nah, I'm not spending my mom's money on the fucking van that's leaking oil like this.
Yeah.
And then you were like, just hit him at 55. And then I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, all right, hit him at 55. And he was like, oh, you're playing with me. Like, he's just, he laughed.
He saw the
oil. He's like, it doesn't do this. It doesn't do this.
But bullshit, like, there was clear signs that it was before. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, yeah, it doesn't do this. And he was laughing and he was like, no, you're disrespecting me. And then, I don't know what he said, like 85 or 75. And I was like, bruh, 6'5". Done.
Yeah.
That's it. And
came up from 55.
He walked away and came back and shook my hand.
Yeah. He was like, oh, he knew the problem. He knew the problem that he had. Yeah. Even if he didn't know that problem was there and if it was leaking without him knowing, I mean, once he saw it, he was like, fuck, I'm never going to be able to sell this thing.
Man.
So he was literally like, all right, fuck, 6,500. And you got a fucking 6.0 Power Stroke for 6,500.
And I threw $2,000 at it doing the fucking oil cooler.
But the thing is, you were able to do all that on your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But imagine taking that to a shop.
Oh, hell no.
I mean? That would have been crazy.
It's 3 times the price.
At least. And you would have paid for
That's almost 5 digits, man. Yeah. Oh, no, not almost 5 digits, but at least like $6,000, $5-6,000 for sure.
But also 6.0s need like the head studs and like the oil cooler.
That's why like I won't put a tuner on that thing.
Yeah, just let it run.
I'm just happy that it sounds like a bus. I hear it spool. I'm like, ooh,
can't wait.
I love that sound.
Can't wait for you to make it non-California legal.
I'm gonna throw straight.
Carv's gonna love that. Yeah, do the straight pipe. 6-0 with the straight pipe.
I'm gonna put the Tomei back on this too.
Yeah, so you can get pulled over again at state ref.
Santa Clarita doesn't really give a fuck, to be honest.
Is that right? You don't think sheriff?
That's what my homie told me.
I dare you to try it.
I want to put it back on, but
I mean, people in California don't understand
March 29th, I have my date for my second ref ticket.
State ref. That's ridiculous.
My second ref ticket.
people don't understand what the headache that we go through in California.
Dude, I extended it, and then I was like, "Fuck, it's coming up," because it was due the 29th. The ticket is, I extended it, and it's due the 29th of this month. No, February.
Oh, February.
Yeah. And I'm unsure if making a court date means that I did something. Mm-hmm. So we'll find out. I hope I don't get charged $1,500. That's the cost of the ticket.
Damn, $1,500. What are you gonna do?
Well, no, but my card's stocked now.
Oh, I see. So you're gonna fix it instead of
paying on the website when you look it online.
Instead of paying the bail amount.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I passed the first one already.
Yeah, no problem.
Judge was cool.
Yeah.
Judge opened the door on a Thursday and he was like, "I'm cutting everybody's prices in half."
Seriously?
Yeah.
And is that what happened?
Huh?
Is that what happened?
Yeah. It was funny though, dude. There's some dummies. There's some dummies out there.
Really?
Dude, there was a guy that had a suspended license. Came in turtleneck, straight food. And then he went up to the stand and there was something about a suspended license. And then he's like, "How'd you get here today?" And he said something like, "Oh, I drove." He's like, "Do you have your license?" He's like, "No." I was like, "You just told the judge that you drove here without a license?" Yeah. And he's like, "You can't do that, right?"
So you should have been like, "I Ubered." Just lie and say you Ubered here.
Dude, being in court is so hilarious. Because, when I went, I was 55. Like, I was, because they go by last name.
Yeah.
And
you had to watch 54 people ahead of you.
Yeah.
Go up.
And like they are pleading guilty, non-guilty because of like speeding tickets. Yeah. I didn't have to. I just went up and he was like, "Did you fix your shit?" I was like, "Yeah, I did." Gave him the paper, gave it to the
But of course, you had to go to the state ref to get it, the decibel test done.
Yeah. You know what decibel was at?
What?
The limit's 95.
Uh-huh.
I was at 95.
Oh wow.
With this stock exhaust. And I bought it from a dealer with this.
That's crazy. That's one of those things because it makes me wonder if like the new Chargers and Challengers, are they really under the decibel level? I feel like they're not.
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw.
Yeah.
My car's quiet.
Yeah.
Dude, your Porsche that thing sounds amazing.
Yeah. Definitely not under 95, I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Not at all.
No.
What was the thing that happened one time with the cop? We went on that cruise.
I don't remember.
With Mandeep.
Yeah.
Went to Camarillo or what did we do?
There was I don't remember a cop.
The airplane. Remember the airplane thing? And then we went to.
Oh yeah.
We went towards Mulholland.
Yeah.
And then we were pulled over. When the cop pulled over like a Lambo or some shit. Or there was a cop waiting. There was a cop. It was when we stopped. I lost you guys because I was slow.
Yeah.
After what was that canyon we took?
Stunt?
No, it wasn't Stunt.
Decker?
It's probably Decker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was super late.
Yeah.
I pulled up and then there was cops coming around and then.
I don't remember that. Why don't I remember?
You don't remember
that?
the cops?
I don't remember the cops.
They followed someone. Remember we went into Newcombs? Not Newcombs. Oh, I'm an idiot. Not Newcombs. We went up and we parked somewhere.
Okay.
In a diner, some old diner
where
Mulholland ended.
It's called the Old Place, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stopped there.
Yeah.
You don't remember talking about the cops?
I don't remember talking about the cops at all.
Huh?
Oh, now I remember. Yeah.
Okay.
They were just they were just following us. I think they wanted to pull someone over, but they didn't pull anyone over.
I was recently refed, so I was like, "Yo, don't pull me over." I was in the back.
Here's number 3. Yeah. I think they looked past you though. White car maybe.
Yeah, white car.
Yeah. Well, listen, before we wrap this up, I just wanted to ask you, after everything that we talked about, if you had to give your 15-year-old self a word of advice, what would you tell him?
Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch? Are you still a bitch?
No.
But back then,
Well, here's the thing though. I used to wear a turban. I was always an outlier growing up. I didn't cut my hair off, start wearing turban until I was 22.
22 22 years of your life, you wore a turban.
Yeah, and it
didn't cut your hair.
To be honest, I don't want to say it wasn't me. You know, it served its purpose. I don't regret it. It was, I wrote a paper on this in 12th grade about having one foot in both doors. I have a foot in the door over here.
And the other one in as well.
And the other one is like religious, family, blah, blah, blah. The other one's at school. And the people that I hang out with, I don't hang out with Indian people, you know. And it was, I think certain things would have changed my trajectory with just my personal life, not my professional life, but my personal life. It would have changed the trajectory of certain things. So it's like, you know, it was a trip when my mom randomly was like, so when are you going to find a girl? And I was like, what? I was like 20, 21. I was like, oh, now I'm allowed to have a girlfriend?
Right.
You know? And that was an issue on my parents' part, but I don't blame them. Like, when are they going to find the right time to tell me, I guess? Sure. I don't know. I don't blame them. But if I just was confident in myself at a younger age.
Gotcha. So there were a lot of times where you felt like you were being submissive and you were just being a bitch.
Yeah, for sure. I knew there was girls that liked me in high school.
Yeah. I see. Not this. Oh, really?
But I questioned it though, because in my head I was like, you're not allowed to do that.
Right.
To some degree, not in a super strict way. Like I don't want to get it twisted. Like my parents were not super strict on me.
Not how people would imagine an Indian immigrant parents to be.
Yeah. My parents were, they were more like, I don't recommend this. It's kind of how they came off, you know?
Right.
Like, well, that's what I want to tell myself at least. Because they never really pressed me like that.
Right.
You know, that was never an issue where I was like, oh, I'm not allowed to do this stuff.
Right.
I think back then, if I just said fuck it, and
sometimes
if I just said fuck it and I just did it,
just sack up,
and exactly, I think I would be in a better place,
right,
in terms of that.
Right, I see. You feel like you've fallen behind a little bit in that category.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's an understatement.
Yeah,
gotcha.
But yeah, that's cool. What I would tell myself. Cool. Me 15 years old, be like, don't be a bitch, just fucking do it.
Right.
I liked girls back then.
I
liked girls.
Right. You still do.
But I was such a kid that like in my head I was like, mom said don't. Right. You can't do this, you can't do that.
Right.
You know?
That's okay. It's okay to be partially obedient to your parents because you got to listen to your kid. You got to listen to your parents when you're that age too.
Yeah.
But maybe a little too much.
100%. I mean that part's probably a little too much, but it's like I wrote a paper on the disconnect between this is what I mentioned earlier, the first generation parents, immigrants, and then like the kids.
Right.
So I wrote it from the perspective of me, where it's like my foot's in one door, my foot's in another door.
Right.
At the same time, my parents don't know.
Right. And
it's not even like an immigration thing or immigrant thing.
Right.
Just growing up, like we had kids. We don't know what the kids are going through when they're there. Like if you have an 8-year-old, like we don't know how kids are working right now.
Exactly.
Or what they're doing and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, the whole paper was on like, they do what they can. Cool. You know?
Yeah.
They try to stay with the time. It's a little different. The social media was not like this when I was in high school. Right. No, exactly. Even when I was in 12th grade.
Yeah.
It was just, not that. I was just writing that paper based on like my personal experience.
Right. Okay.
You know? Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming in today, man. Before we wrap this up, is there anything you want to promote? Plug? Shameless plug?
Shameless plug?
Maybe your IG handle?
At Simagashi. I can't spell it.
You can spell it.
SIMAGSHI.
I think you may have missed the letter there.
I did. I totally missed the letter. Simagash.
Simagashi. We'll put it there on the bottom right here. Yeah. I appreciate you coming in, huh?
This is the first. Don't be mean.
Don't be mean. All right, man. Thanks for coming in.
Love you, brother.
Love you too.
Pretzel.